there's a 60-year cover-up. The Warren Commission was run by Alan Dulles, who was the head of the CIA, who my uncle fired, and kept this evidence from the Warren commissioners. By the way, when Congress, 10 years later, investigated the crime with much more evidence than the Warren Commission had at its disposal, Congress found that, yeah, it was a plot, and most of the people in that investigation believed that it was the CIA that was behind it, because the evidence was so overwhelming to them.
The General has opened an investigation into how the Secret Service secured the Trump campaign rally, but we're also learning of more threats. CNN national security analyst and former director of the National Intelligence, James Clapper, is joining me right now. Thank you, sir, for joining us this morning. Mr. Clapper, what are the things that law enforcement is learning that would trigger this kind of warning that there is a much more heightened threat during these very volatile campaign times?
Well, to begin with is of course, the Iranian threat, although we don't know any details about the vintage, the reliability, validity of the human source in question. Was it corroborated? I think now the concern is, will there be copycat attempts in sort of retaliation against the attempt against former President Trump? So this would, I think, infer a potential heightened threat to the president and others in the administration, as you have copycats or those who feel that they have to retaliate for the attempt against President Trump. So this, by however you measure it, represents a growing threat.
I am curious to see if that is ginned up by what we're seeing online with the blaming of Democrats, which there's no evidence at all of that. The person who did this attempted assassination was a registered Republican. But you're hearing on the stage as well from some of the Republican leaders using the word they cannot take him out. They tried to kill him, inferring that it's the Democrats. Is this something that would create an even more heightened threat because of what leaders are also saying?
Well, yes, it would. That's why it would really be good if everyone would abide by the appeals made by both President Biden and former President Trump to tone down the rhetoric, to cool it. And so, given the nature of polarization in this country and the wild conspiracies on social media, that sort of rhetoric just feeds that, and I think heightens the intensity of resentment on the part of some to retaliate because of blaming the Democrats, for example, which right now is not helpful.
Secret Service had actually identified the building near the Trump rally as a potential vulnerability in the days before the event, according to two sources familiar with the agency's operations. But officials say no officers had been posted there. A key question is why. At the White House, Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas said he expects within days to choose the head of an independent review from outside the administration.
I am committed to going externally of the department and externally of the government so that no question of its independence can be raised.
Secret Service officials say they had designated that local law enforcement would secure that building.
Any type of missteps that were made or miscommunication that was made, it has to be addressed.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?